Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma friends, when it comes to this meditation practice and in day-to-day life with all the religions and spiritual practice, mostly we hear to be mindful, to be tolerant, to have peace. And we talk about non-violence, we hear always non-violence. And we always appreciate generosity. So this everything good, and people try to practice as much as they can this kind of good qualities. And but when it comes to Buddha's teaching, the one of the most important thing that even though this everything taught in Buddhism and other religions also talk about this, and other spiritual practice and all the philosophers, good thinkers, gurus, masters, monks, many different new religions, traditions, new thinkers, and even the pre-thinkers, they all talk about this mindfulness, tolerance, peace, non-violence, generosity, so this kind of ideas, and they try to practice. But the very difference with the Buddhism, out of this all, the what is the view that you carry? So out of what kind of view that you practice mindfulness, tolerance, loving kindness, generosity, compassion. So because in the surface level, what we think about the generosity or the compassion or non-violence is not the real non-violence if you don't have the right view. You can have generosity with the wrong view. So then how we know that what is the view that we carry? So that's why when we look at the world, so you can become busy with this everything, but nothing going to happen end of the day. That is what happening in the world. People so busy with generosity, people so busy with loving kindness, people so busy with compassion and non-violence everywhere. And when it comes to that the politicians, look how they start. They go to church and they go to temple and they give the oath, keeping hand to Bible, and the very first thing they go to temples. But nothing happened. So every day, they look at the world, every day the violence, greediness, hatred, anger, becoming more and more and more. So that doesn't mean you become busy with generosity, the whole world going to become good. Because we have to look what is the view that we carry. Why? Because out of that view, so maybe in the surface level, what you practice, so not going to work. So the Buddha talked about the view. So then how you know the view, that how you get into the right view? Because the very nature that we are kind of like the fish that caught into the nest. And once we get into the net, and sometimes still we are in the water, and you can go here and there for very limited distance. Still you breathing, still you living. Caught up in a net doesn't mean you die. So our views kind of like that. We are caught up in a view and we feel kind of like a living, and we feel kind of like more comfortable little by little once we get into that view. So the thing is, if you remain a little bit longer, and then even you don't want to get out of it. So then rather than just doing the surface level of actions, be aware regarding the view that you carry. So the how you can get into that and see, because the thing is this this not going to work everybody. Why? Because some people like for their views, and some people are more comfortable with it. So if you are comfortable with that view, no one can help. So one day somehow you have to get tired. One day you have to say, this is enough for me. Then you start to look for something. Then this all the Buddha's teaching or any other religion, any other spiritual practice or any other that the lectures can help for you. But if you are comfortable with your view, because whatever you do with that view. So it kind of like you are on a carpet. If somebody pull that carpet out of your feet, suddenly you feel shake, discomfort, because you go kind of like out of the balance. People don't like it. But the Buddhism is kind of like a Buddha's teaching. The Vipassana is like constantly, it pulling the carpet out of your feet. It's in the beginning, it's create a kind of like a very, unrest. Because to get out of the view and not get into a view moment by moment, releasing it is a kind of like a sacrifice. That your own view is more stronger than this anything. And sometimes you don't see this everything that hold around you by your view. It has hands, kind of like a desires, clinging, and the kind of like skills, and another kind of like purpose. So this everything the view has a different hands to hold it in a different ways. So then you have to slowly see, if you want to clear the view, and sometimes you have to sacrifice a lot. And that once you get into that clear view, and that is the day that you're going to see that everything clearly. For that you have to sometimes, sacrifice its worth. So then yourself look, why you holding certain things, even sometimes in mind also sometimes has ideas. Why you hold that things? Because you're clinging to the view. Maybe that whatever you do in the outside world, and you can do all the good things to secure your view. So your bodily, verbal, your mentally actions, or this even the material things around us, we're not allowed to let go if it is effect for our view. But what is the Buddha's teaching? It directly go to that point and view and release your mind from that view in behalf of the clarity. And for that, look, that as Prince Siddhartha, he had a very luxurious life. He gave up that everything. He had a beautiful wife. He gave up everything. And the newly born child, he gave up that. And all the elephants and all this, the royal facilities, the horses, and everything. And give up that everything. And even the jewelries and that's release this everything. Why? Because this everything caught up to the view. And the Prince Siddhartha give up this all the royal elephants and that horses and all the transport and everything. And if you clinging to the puppy yourself and not allow to even become free a little bit, if you don't allow your bird to fly itself, do you think that you can even come closer to become free from the view? The in the history, it is not him, it's not only him. If you look at all the human history, when the person want to get out of the purify the view, the very first thing, the release most of the material, because this everything hold because of the certain view. See, when you go to her homes, some houses, you see people collect bottles, and people collect stamps, people collect coins, people collect books. So like that, there are certain collections, they have material. From where it come? Why that it keep around them? And there are some people, they like antiques. It's because of the view. And sometimes, the people give up everything. There are some people, and they don't want to let go just a tattoo. They keep. And when the Prince Siddhartha want to release the himself, what he did, he took out all the jewelries and everything and gave it back to, because this all the material things hold a position. You don't see that. It hold a position. It hold a place. It create a character related with the view. So, and you cannot get out of the tattoo that you have, but you look for liberation. It's not going to happen, because very little view that you hold, if you cannot let go, if you cannot become free, how you can get out of the deeper the view that we hold it to samsara. So it is not going against the material. You cannot do it. So allow that everything to exist. Allow that your cat and dog to stay there. Allow your bird to be there. Keep your tattoo with you. You don't need to do anything. So then what you have to do? Just be mindful, be conscious in the moment. That is the key. That is the tool that you can cut the net that you stuck. When you become mindful, when you become aware, when you develop the sati sampajanya, clear comprehension, and that is the moment, in that very moment, you release your mind, whatever the tangles that you go through. Even the little things, the material, let it be. There's nothing wrong with this, anything. But only thing is, our mind always here and there is like a roller coaster, go through this everything. Just stop it. And clear that, harbor your thoughts just with the inhalation exercise, because that is the clear, pure level of life. Just having the connection with the inhalation, exhalation. So bring your mind to that moment. And in that very moment, you will see this grasping nature release. And when you release the grasping nature, there is something happening. In your mind, there is a nature arise to deconstruction. The attachment, holding, desires, views always take us to construct, build, moment by moment, ideas by ideas, things by things, step by step, to build. That is what itself called samsara. So when it comes to the meditation, especially in vipassana, what it does, it releases you from the very nature of deconstruction. And it releases the nature of grasping. That is where you're going to experience the very true nature of the mind. And that is what called the freedom. The freedom itself means you come out of the view. You don't have a view. But itself, sometimes people get depressed when they hear how you can live without a view. It's kind of like, as example, constantly the pulling the carpet out of your feet. But if you're able to experience that and handle that knowingly, you're not going to fall down. You're not going to destroy that. Once you recognize the rhythm, and once you're able to go with it, that every moment, you experience that very moment without interfering the experience from past or the future. The best view that you get into is the present moment. The present moment means consciousness. That is the very nature of the consciousness. You aware regarding the present situation. That is what called consciousness. You are actively involving with the present. So it is not to settle down for something. It is not to become somebody. You get out of becoming, or you get out of any all other constructive views. So you're releasing from everything. So that is the moment that you reach to a level like a sky, no clouds. In that very freedom, the very first thing you experience, fearless. no fear. Another thing is no any kind of dependency, interference. And that is where the mind functions to its the real 100% its own capacity. If you're able to experience that in this very life as a human being, and then you will see what is the meaning of mind, what is the meaning of life, what is the meaning of existence, what is the meaning of consciousness. That's a very beautiful experience. It is more advanced than the experience that we go through this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, these perceptions with this all the material things around us and the desire based experience, because the desire come out of the view. That is why constantly we can become busy, but nothing going to happen. That is what happening in the world. Why? Because we have views related with the desire base and related with our past or the future. And it is very rare that we get into a point, experience the present. And other thing is, in that, when we related with the past and the future, we always come to a point, there is something, there is something, there is something. And with that view construct, we build. That is itself illusion. So in the vipassana level, it's deconstruct, detach, take you out from that, and no passion. And you are constantly, changing and moving. And that moment, if you able to recognize that, in that very moment you recognize the detachment and nothing to hold, nothing to grasp. And in that very moment, mind becomes so restful, release. And you feel kind of like more comfortable deeply, because otherwise mostly the struggle is related with becoming. It takes so much energy. It make you in internal kind of like a tired. It's kind of like internal bleeding, this becoming. You don't see it, it affect for you deeply. So when you have the right view regarding yourself, what is this, who you are, and what is this life, and then that will change this everything around you. That will help you to get out of this most of the difficulties. Even if you don't have that right view, whatever the good things sometimes you do in the surface level, you see it is good, it's not going to bring that much effect. So that's why we have to look ourselves and question ourselves. And this thousand years people keep practice with things, and the real world doesn't get that much benefit out of this, because we in the surface level we do it as an action, but we not get into the right view. But once you come to the right view, remember that even you become completely neutral, no actions, that itself more powerful than you become busy 100 years with the wrong view. So that is the point that take to through the vipassana. So that is the day that when you able to get out of that view that you carry and completely come to the right place, in that right place, your mind completely become free from all the views. The right view means you come to a point and the no views. You become empty from views. That is the best that you can do to your mind. Make it free. Make it free from all the dogmas, believings, and the ideas, culture, tradition. Make it free from everything. Let just mind to be itself, just the mind. It seems like what you can do to the baby. What is the best that you can do to the baby? Just allow baby to be baby. The same thing. Just allow your mind to be just the mind. What you can do to the tree? Just allow that tree just to be the tree. What you can do to the bird? Just allow that bird to be just the bird. What you can do to the flowers? Just allow that flower to be just the flower. That is where the beauty. So when you come to that point, you become more sharp, clear. No, nothing can catch you. Because to catch, you have to have a view. When you have a view, you get into the catch. You get into the net, trap. When you come to the point, no view, you become free. No one can catch you. You release. Even the Mara cannot catch you. In sutras, there are many stories related with that. But somehow, no, nothing can catch. I give just an example before I end. This is a story. And there was a very cunning money lender. And he used to give money and then take whatever he want later. So then what happened, there was a father and he had a beautiful young daughter. So this father had a hard time with money and he went to money lender and then he asked some money. So this money lender knew about this person and his daughter and everything, and he knew if he gives some money, he can get his daughter. So then he was so happy to give the money, and he gave some amount of money to this poor person, and he took money, and then by the time what happened, he couldn't pay back. And now there was a time come that the whole village he collect to one place and ask him for money back. So that day this poor person also came with his daughter. And so he asking, and whole village people gathered and he calling the name and asking the money back. So then some people able to pay back and some people able to pay a little bit. And then by the time somehow, when this innocent person, the poor person, his name called and he went forward and he told he don't have money to pay. So then what? The money lender told, then how are you going to pay back? And he had no idea. So then he told, then you have to give your daughter. So by hearing that, this poor man was so sad. And he told, I cannot do it. And somehow there was a, the arguments go, now he have to pay back, and he promised to give whatever that the things that he promised, that if he cannot pay back whatever he asks, he going to give that things to this person, because in from the beginning he had the idea to get the daughter. So he had the agreement, if you don't pay back whatever I ask, you have to give it to me. So this person told, yes. Now he asking the daughter that how going to do this. Somehow then there was one old wise person and told, so let's do that. So ask this girl and what she can do. And then she came forward and told from the money lender, so I have to take care of my father. So again, whatever you want to do, so just go for it. I'm agree for that, whatever that uh, that you're going to do. So then this money lender told, okay, to make all the village people happy and to show that he's so nice, and he told, okay, let's do a test. What is the test? And there were some pebbles, white and black pebbles in a bucket, and he used that pebbles to count that all the money back. And so he told, okay, I put this black and white two pebbles to this bag, and then you come and take one pebble. And if you take the white pebble, and you're going to be free, and all the money, and you can your father can keep, and no need to pay back, you're going to be free. But if you take the black pebble, you have to come with me. So everybody was happy. All the village people and the girl and the father everybody was happy for that test. So then this money lender took two black pebbles and hiding himself. This girl saw that. And this girl saw he took two black pebbles and put it to the back. And now told girl, come forward and take one. And the girl was conscious and she saw what happened. Now everybody looking. Now she has to take one. And there's no way that she cannot escape now. So what she did? She came forward and put the hand and took one pebble and closing her fist, and then she took it and threw it to the other pebbles, the bucket that had the pebbles. And she took it and threw it to that. And then told, now, so I took my pebble, now the pebble inside the bag is yours. So, and she rescued her father, and even she was free herself and nothing to pay back, because the pebble was inside the bag also was black. So the deal was the black and white pebble, two pebbles, and now if the pebble, the black is inside the bag, and she took the white pebble, and he couldn't do anything anymore. He lost the game. So if you become conscious, the result is you become wise, and no one can catch you. But without being conscious, if you try to become wise, if you try to become nice, if you try to become generous, if you try to become non-violence, if you try to become mindful tolerance. If you are not conscious, somewhere you're going to stuck. So then always remember clear comprehension, the clarity regarding the consciousness that you carry. Always keep it clear. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatandarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.